welcome back. Today I'll be reviewing Gundam 00 Season 1. Stick around and enjoy. Alright, so Gundam came out in 2007 and finished in 2009. This is Season 1, of course. I'm not well versed in the Gundam world, but watching this, I might get into watching all the other Gundam series. Basically, in this world, it's the year 2307 AD. The world is still split into three powers. You got the Union, which comprises America and all the other countries right there. Then you got the AEU, Advanced European Union, which all the European countries together, and then you have the Human Reform League, which is basically Russia, China, and all the other little countries in between there. Basically, this world, the Gundams are used as a deterrent to stop them, to basically bring everyone together and try to get peace by armed intervention. Yeah, I know, whatever. So that's what this Gundam is about, really. You have the Gundam crew called Celestial Being. And you get to see this all in the first episode, so don't worry if you don't understand. So yeah, they're trying to stop war by intervening anywhere they can, which is interesting how they do it. Since they stop wars that have been fighting countries that have been fighting each other for like hundreds of years, so it's pretty cool, I guess, in a way. And their machines are so advanced that not even the big powers can compete against them. So that's pretty funny to watch. And you know how I do it. I'm gonna go over the characters, a long ass list. Fucking don't worry, I'm gonna try to keep it short as fuck. So yeah, why don't we fucking get started? So to start off, you have Aloysia Schemberg, the creator of the Gundams in this world. Died a couple years ago. He lived in 2000 something. He's basically there. You'll see him. Trust me. Then we have Wong Lume, a supporter of the Gundam, a coalition, or whatever you want to call it. She's fucking hot. She's fucking hot. Yeah, you see her throughout the show and helping out the Gundam meisters, shit like that. She's really hot. And then of course her bodyguard is Hong Long, basically her brother. Did not take over the family. She did. He basically just babysits her and protects her whenever they can. Fuck it. But like I said, yeah, she is basically working alongside the Gundam meisters, as they're called, and fucking helping them out no matter what, using her agents or helping them complete missions and shit.
It has begun, my mistress.
Finally, they're making their move.
Another supporter of the Gundams is Alejandro Corner. He also does the same things Wong Lumi does, finance, shit like that. And he always has this guy named Ribbons around. I don't know what the fuck he's doing yet. But like I said, they're always together. The guy seems to have something up his sleeve. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't trust him right away. Not like I trust Wong Lume. He seems to have something hidden. And then Ribbons always gave me like a. He gives me every time I saw him. I'm like, this who some shady motherfucker. But whatever. I'm not gonna. The first Gundam pilot that I'm gonna go into is Setsuna F. Gundam Meister of the Exia, basically a anti-Gundam model. Uh, that's really what they say in the show. It's supposed to be a deterrent from Gundams. Setsuna was a child soldier, fought in the war against fucking. I think city was Kruges, and he fought against Azatistan. Been fighting since he was a little kid. He first saw the Gundam when it appeared in his battle, and he instantly fell in love with it. So, since he saw it, he fell in love with it. He wanted to be a pilot. That's it. That's all it has to. And apparently, you get chosen to be a pilot by this supercomputer called Veda. Not sure how that works, but they kind of go over it a little bit in the show. Like I said, he's a main character, so you will see him throughout most of the show. Trust me.
Then answer me one question, Setsuna. Why do you deserve to be a Gundam Meister?
My existence is the reason.
What?
Because I'm alive. I'm still alive.
Alright, so Lock-On Stratus is the long range of the group, His Gundam is Dynamis, fucking awesome shooter. When he was a kid, His parents were killed in a bombing by a terrorist group, and his sister too. So he's vowed to, stop all wars, unnecessary violence throughout the world. That's why he's in the group. He's basically the cool dude of the group. I like him. He's like you could big brother kind of thing, you know. Of course, his Gundam is able to shoot fucking extremely far, even from the ground on Earth all the way to space. So that's crazy.
Those bastards.
And we have also Alleluia Haptism. His Gundam is Arios, basically a fast-moving type, able to transform from a jet to his Gundam. Um, we don't get much information about him. We could only assume much since he seems to tell us that he was in a superhuman project by the Human Reform League, be able to make super soldiers. You can see some side effects in the show where once he seemed to have split personality, and his other side comes out and it's called Hallelujah. I'm not sure how that works, but maybe we'll find out more in season 2.
Where did this headache come from? Damn, what the hell is this? And just who is screwing around with my head?
Tierra Arde, pilot of Gundam Virtue, basically the heavy weapon Gundam of the group. Again, another character we don't get much information about in this first season. We don't actually get shit from this first season. He's just very strict, following all the guidelines Veda puts out, which is basically that supercomputer that gives them all their missions. That's really much about him. I mean, he's just straight up, follow orders, don't deviate from the plan. He hates it when the other pilots deviate from the plan, even to the point where he draws a weapon on them, as you saw earlier with fucking Setsuna. So yeah, this guy, his Gundam is able to transform into this like super Gundam, but we only see it one time in the season. You never see it again. So.
Huh? Fine then. You don't have to tell us. But you're now a danger to the rest of us.
Knock it off, Tierra.
If we let him get away with this kind of foolishness, he'll be putting our lives at risk as well. The plan is still in its infancy. We cannot afford to slip up.
We come to the crew of the Talamayos, which is the ship that carries the Gundams in space. First, we have Sumeragi Lee Noriega, hot as fuck. Basically, the weather forecaster of the group. Plans all their missions alongside with Veda. There's hinted to be something that might have happened in her past, though we don't get much about it. We just get fucking people talking about it. Have you forgotten? I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. But she is hot though. And then we have Christina Sierra, technician and pilot, and fucking cybernetic, whatever you want to call it, of the group. She basically works on the Talon Miles too, and she's really hot too. Towards the end, she kind of gets a love interest, another pilot of the group. I'll go over him right now. Don't worry. I don't. There really wasn't romance in the show, but I'm gonna go over it real quick. Felt Grace, another cybernetic pilot, whatever, flies, works on computers on the Talamiles. She's also hot. She is very quiet and shy, but she kind of gets close to Lock On. I don't know if it's relationship wise or whatever, but it's up to you to decide. I think it kind of was, but like I said, it's probably just I was just overthinking it at that point. And then we have Las Aeon, and basically the helmsman and gunner for the Talon Miles. He's a pretty cool guy. I wish he was more in the show. That's all I gotta say. And then this is the guy that Christina kind of falls in love with, and he falls in love with her. Lichteno Tesseri, another helmsman of the ship. Pretty cool guy too. We find some interesting shit that happens.
It's almost time to commence the third phase.
I don't know why you have to be so uptight. After all, this is Celestial Being's big debut. Let's do it with flair.
Hey! Are you drinking?
Did I hear that right? Well, why not? I'm just in charge of planning the missions. The rest is up to you guys.
I am Vashti, or Ian Vashti, basically the mechanic of the group. I was wondering who the fuck fixes these Gundams after a battle. This guy does it. He even equips them with badass shit later on. Apparently he's had other appearances in the manga. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that shit. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, it wouldn't make sense after this next character that's coming up. So basically, Ian Vashti and this guy Joyce Moreno, which is basically the medic of the group. We don't see him until like fucking almost the end of the first season. They have a past working together. I mean, I think this guy has his own manga, but whatever. We only see him one time, and then at the end as well. So it's whatever. It's pretty cool to know they had a past. They don't really get into it. They're trying to focus more on the new characters, which is cool. I'm all for that. So we come to the Union side of the whole thing. You know how I told you there was three superpowers? Well, the Union being one. Basically it being America and all its other whatever countries are left. We have Graham Acre. Basically becomes obsessed with the Gundams after he sees them in the first episode. He's a cool pilot. Actually, I like him. He's a pretty cool guy. Out of everyone, I respect him the most as an adversary. And then we have his friend Billy Category. Billy Category knows Sumuragi. He actually talks about her and that incident that happened, which we don't know shit about. But he's actually a brilliant scientist. He able to develop much of advances through Gundam fights and shit. So that's really interesting that he just watches him and he's able to figure out shit. So I'm impressed. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that shit. I'd be like, what the fuck is that? But of course, like I said, both of them become obsessed with the Gundams, trying to know everything they can about it. And actually, the Union brings in a professor called Ralph Afman, basically taught Sumuragi and Billy about anything, and he actually figures it all out. I'm impressed. This guy's a shit too. He figured it all out. And he also has something to do with the accident that happened to her a while ago. And then we have two pilots, Daryl Dodge and Howard Mason. They basically work under fucking Graham and fly with them. They fly their flag units. That's the Union's battle suits, and he does not fly anything else no matter what. He always upgrades his flag unit so he could fly with the squad and pride for the Union, which is pretty cool. And right now coming up is basically what the flagship looks like. I think it's a pretty cool model, pretty skinny but pretty cool. All right, here we have the Human Reform League, basically Russia and shit like that, China. We have Sergei Smirnov, Colonel Sergei Smirnov. Forgot to put that there. Great pilot, awesome man, respectable colonel, and of course we have his subordinate Soma Pires. Soma Pires, of course, was she's actually part of the super soldier thing that happened in the Human Reform League, the illegal modifications which happened to one of our pilots earlier, and most of them pilot these kind of Gundams right here. I forgot the name of them, but they're kind of bulky and shit. But she has her own personal one since she's a superhuman soldier. I'm pretty cool.
Excuse me, sir. I am Lieutenant Soma Pires, Super Soldier Number 1, dispatched from the Superhuman Institute. As of today, I have been assigned to serve in your elite unit, Colonel. It is a great honor to meet you, sir.
You are much too young for this.
Alright, so now we have the AEU, basically Europe. Not many main casts from this, place. It's weird. Patrick Kolosauer, and then all we have is Katie Mannequin. And that's really all there is to it. I mean, just watch.
Patrick Kolosauer, AEU Ace, is here. Ah!
Lieutenant, you're late.
Damn you, woman! Hitting a man in the face is just... Ow! You did it again!
I am Colonel Kati Monacan, mission commander of this mobile suit team.
She's gorgeous. I'm terribly sorry for being late, Colonel. I think I'm in love.
And we have these three people, which is what I knew was going to come when I'm watching the show. I knew there was more Gundams out there than they show. Basically, these were special engineered humans to pilot Gundams who used different reactors from the Gundams from our main crew. They basically use red reactors, which are pretty cool. I mean, yeah, whatever. But yeah, not much to say about them.
That's because we're related. I'm the eldest, and this is my brother and sister.
Hey, which one of you guys is the Exius pilot?
My name is Setsuna F. Say.
I heard about about you. You're that bitchin' crazy meister. I think it's great. I love that about you.
Oh, this badass motherfucker, Ali Al Sanchez. Basically, him and our main character, Setsuna, have a past. He's basically the mercenary who trained Setsuna when he was a boy to kill his own parents and then fight in the Holy War. He's a brilliant fighter, fucking amazing, able to hold himself against any Gundam, no matter what machine he's in. So that just tells you how fucking powerful he is as a pilot. He's basically Setsuna's weakness, I would say. Yeah, every time they fight, I want to say Setsuna loses. Is that my opinion? He might win. I don't know. Marina Ismail is a princess of Azatistan, and her basically chaperone or companion is Shirin Bakhtiar. Basically, she's the princess of Azatistan, the country that destroyed Kruges, where Setsuna was born. They meet each other throughout this first season. She's not really the big main character. She's just there to fill in time, which most of the other characters coming up are. Of course, these are other fillers that were in the cast. Saji Crossroad, cool guy, high school, not high schooler, colleger student, fucking different, right? Thank God. And then his girlfriend, Louise Halvey, who is actually very rich, transfer student going to Japan and studying there. They fall in love, date each other. And then we have Saji's sister, Kinoa Crossroad, a reporter, which after the Gundam incident, wants to fucking, do everything to find out about what they are. And like I said, most of these characters were really, to me, fillers of the show to add more attention, I guess, like human, the civilian's perspective as they watch the news and like, oh shit, the Gundams are doing that shit? That's fucking nuts. But yeah, whatever. They were still enjoyable. Sorry about that. I had to put in the second opening of the show of that season because they're fucking badass, if you ask my opinion. But anyway, so the show, as I told you, they're there for dealing with armed intervention. So they deal with a lot of the world's problems, trying to make the Union and the AU and the Human Reform League work together. Of course, it kind of does towards the end of the show. They kind of they work together to destroy the Gundams or capture them so that each one could get an advantage. That's what they're trying to do, basically. But in the long term, they are working together. So that's pretty cool. And then, damn, look at that. Anyways, like I said, most of the characters that towards the end that I showed were fillers. That's not saying there will be fillers in season 2. Started watching season 2. Season 2, I'm impressed with what they did, actually. So I'm going to review that in a little while, later on. But overall, I loved the animation. It was great. Ooh, the fights were. I didn't feel them slowed at all. I didn't. The Gundams shooting lasers. That shit was too badass. I mean, I made a couple AMVs. You guys should check those out. Voice acting's awesome. The story, I never lost interest once. I was into it. I wanted to see if they could pull this shit off. Bad guys. What bad guys? It was just basically a point of view. Fucking amazing, shit was going down. Shit that you think is about to happen switches around on you. Oh man, this had me on on the edge watching this. I watched every episode without stopping, so I'm watching season 2 without stopping. So that was just great. The music, hands down, enjoyed listening to the background music, the music itself, the opening and the endings. Enjoyed every single one. Trust me. Characters, fell in love with many characters here. Like most of them that I went over, I loved. There were some that I did not include in this review because I'm like, whatever. They fucking suck. So yeah, but most of the people you should know are in this list. So don't worry. Overall, what happens at the end, I was kind of blown. I was like, whoa, really? That's how you're gonna end it? Not in a bad way. I was just like, okay. But then the start of season 2 made sense. So just overall watching was a great experience. Would I recommend this? Yeah, hell yeah. Go watch this. Do you need to watch any other Gundams to enjoy this? Hell no. I didn't watch no Gundams and I still enjoyed this shit. I like seeing fictional future, which looks like we're going towards that direction if you ask me. But whatever. And yeah, you will not be disappointed. Trust me, I wasn't. Especially since there's another season after this, and then there's a movie that go along with chronological order. So that's fucking always good. Look forward to, you know. Overall, altogether, even though I loved this, I had to give it an 8 out of 10. There were some things that were missing. I think they added later on in season two, so that's always good. Overall, though, 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, loved it. Is it in my collection? Hell yeah, it's in my collection. Thanks for watching, guys.